Good morning, this is JHS Weekly. I'm Landon Johnson.
And I'm Samantha Walker.
Students may grumble about following the dress code, but they aren't the only ones who have to follow it. The teachers do too.
I take a look at some of the new changes coming to the dress code policy here at Joplin High School.
Joplin High School teacher Edie Pringle is feeling a bit more comfortable dressing for work since she can now show her tattoos.
Thrilled. I am very, very excited. It's a work of art. I'm not ashamed of them. I think it's beautiful, and there's, it's just over time things have changed, so I'm excited.
The Joplin School Board recently made a decision that allows for teachers to show their tattoos at work. I talked to Superintendent Dr. Melinda Moss about why they changed the policy.
So many of our surrounding districts simply said that staff were to dress professionally and in a manner so as not to interfere with the educational environment. And so we thought there needs to be some professional judgment and some leeway in that to determine what fits with the climate and culture of our school.
Moss says there are a few exceptions to what tattoos are allowed.
Something that's inappropriate, and that would be the case with a tattoo or a message on a t-shirt or whatever, and that goes back to just having professional judgment.
Pringle says now that she's free to show them at school, she plans on getting more.
I have had plans all along to get more tattoos, but especially now that I don't have to worry about it being exposed, I'm definitely going to have some more.
And as it turns out, Pringle isn't the only staff member who has hidden their ink from the student body.
Well, I have had one all along that was not covered. Probably about 2 or 3 years ago, I actually had the permanent makeup eyeliner tattooed.
Teachers like Pringle hope this policy is as permanent as their ink. Reporting for JETHD, I'm Samantha Walker.
Good job, Samantha.
Thanks, Landon.
Well, it's been missing for decades, but the high school homecoming parade is back.
Zoe Baker talks to some of the students who are bringing school spirit back to Main Street.
The Joplin Homecoming Parade has been absent for over 40 years. Senior Farron Haas decided that this year it needed to come back.
And I worked every day with my student council and the officers to finish up all the details, and Mr. Letourneau misused. We worked every day at some point putting it all together, and entire days at some points.
With clubs, organizations, and fall sports, the parade had over 30 floats, and getting it going was harder than expected.
Departments in the city, we met with the mayor, the streets department, the health department, the fire department, and the police department, and then the Chamber of Commerce.
Senior Sophia Bazzano is with the dance team, and they worked hard on their float.
Well, we started gathering materials throughout the whole homecoming week before, and then the Sunday before homecoming week, we all got together and we spent about 3 to 4 hours constructing it and making all the different signs that we had on it.
The dance team won Best Parade Float, and it was a surprise to them since they didn't even know they were in a competition.
Especially because we were at the game and we were so excited for the other girls on our dance team, Caitlin Hunter and Allie Briley, for being part of the homecoming corps, and so it was just a really exciting night for us.
Both Farron and Sophia hope that the parade tradition continues next year and that there isn't a 40-year gap.
I think it's super fun, and I hope to see the entire district involved. Our goal this year was to get the elementaries and middle schools involved, but we didn't. We just wanted to start off slow and just get it going, and then hope in future years they can do it.
Reporting for JETHD, I'm Zoe Baker.
Thanks, Zoe.
The JHS football team has been doing an extraordinary job this season. They're going 6-0.
JHS's Jack Carey talks to some of the players to find out how they managed such a lead.
The Joplin Eagles football team has pulled off an amazing undefeated season this year. Senior Logan Myers plays right guard and defensive tackle, and he says it's all about making this year memorable.
Really just coming from last year, we lost to Webb and Carthage, and those are our two biggest opponents in the conference. We really want to make a big difference this year, and right now we're on the revenge tour, and we want it all.
Myers says it's a great feeling being in first place.
It's amazing. I mean, it's something that hasn't been done in a really long time. And obviously we're trying to make it to state and win it all.
Sophomore Stone Karcher plays left guard and says that with the loss of Caden Roberts Day, it's really driven the team to do better.
Of course, I think that
a loss of a brother. He was a brother. I think a loss, definitely, that he pushed us. I believe that Caden was there that day in Webb City and that day in Carthage and every other game that we've played. He was there pushing us on the field to do 100% our best. He also says that Caden is pushing them to do their best in everything they do, which means going to state. I feel like we're going to. I don't want to sound cocky, but I think we're gonna destroy. So far, we've beat the two. Other than us, we beat the two other best teams in our conference. That I most speculate the best teams in our conference, and I believe that from now on, it's going to be 100%. Everybody's going to give the best effort and to get us to state and hopefully take home a ring. The Eagles hope to enter playoffs and keep the winning streak going. Reporting for JETHD, this is Jack Carey.
Thanks, Jack. Broadcasting the Joplin Eagles football games with JETHD isn't an easy setup.
JETHD's Alyssa Beasley shows us what goes into making the broadcast happen.
Setting up for football games isn't just a 10-minute process of putting up tripods and pointing cameras. Brad Douglas and Landon Johnson talk about the process of setting up for Friday night football games at Jung.
It takes a lot of work to get the games on the air. The game is probably an hour and a half. It takes double or triple that amount of time to get the games prepared.
And there is a lot of equipment that has to be set up.
We have to set up the tripods, we have to send a signal, we have to make sure we have an internet connection. So I would say 4 to 5 hours a day, the day that we're there, to get it on the air for an hour and a half game.
Landon Johnson is one of the 6 students in the broadcast class, and I spoke with him about his experience so far at the games.
I really like recording the football games. I think it's fun. I think it's a good experience for all of us, and yeah.
Landon says it can get very hectic on Friday nights.
The most challenging part about football games really is just getting everything set up. You know, like we have to set all the cameras and tripods up, and then most of the time we're teaching like TV productions kids how to do that while we're doing it, so it gets kind of hectic.
But Douglas says the games are a good experience for the students.
The kids learn a lot from live streaming these games. They learn about what it's like to do a live production, what it's like to have a big audience. The biggest number I've ever seen is 50,000 people watching the game. I've heard people are watching it on their iPads, on a flight. People in Texas, New York, and the UK even are Joplin Eagle alums. So a lot of people watch these games, and I think the kids really get a lot out of doing a live broadcast that I can't teach in the classroom.
Douglas says that they may top that number if the Eagles go to playoffs. Reporting for JETHD, I'm Alyssa Beasley.
Thanks, Alyssa.
This has been JHS Weekly.
Thanks for watching.